Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wine Time. Welcome to Wine Time. He's bored. He's tired. I'm Melanie, Nectar of the Dog's Wine, and I'm here again with Bronny. What's going on, little man? It's about 60 degrees outside, but, Bronny's got his winter attire on because, well, it is the holiday time. Right, bud? Everybody, Merry Christmas? All right. I just woke him up from a nap, so let's put him back down. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully well. It's almost the weekend, right? It's almost Christmas. And we're here again to tell you a little bit about who we are, what we do, why we do what we do. And let's just talk to Monica over in Northridge, see what she's got going on because she can't be here. What's going on, Monica?
Not much, Mel. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to you. How do we like our little...
I love them. Mine don't. I don't have bells.
You don't have
lights,
bells,
and it's not working. I don't know.
I have the movie over here. I have the movie quality. You don't, but that's totally okay.
Yeah. Why does he have the movie quality?
For those who don't know, go check out Step Brothers, and you'll totally understand that reference. But anyway, we're here again. And as I mentioned, we just wanted to share our week with you. This is a show about wine and dogs and wine and all that is in between. But really...
Wait, what's in between?
Nothing. What else is there in life besides...
Food. Cheese.
Cheese
and crackers.
Good. You're absolutely right on that. So we have a really fun show today. We have Jessica Keleshian from Good Dog Trainer. Good Dog Trainer. Because as we talked to her a little bit earlier in the season with everybody adopting dogs, the shelters are being cleared, right? So people were fostering, people were adopting, and it's months later. Hopefully those dogs are still in their wonderful homes. But Jessica was sharing with us some of the importance of why you need to train your dog, right?
Yeah.
Because not everybody is an experienced dog owner, such as myself. Monica, you're a new dog owner, and I think you actually took Jessica's class, which we can talk to her.
I did.
In a little bit. But really quickly, let me just tell everybody briefly about our story and why we do what we do, right? I encourage you to go to our website, nectarthedogswine.com, to learn more about it in depth. And if anybody's watching and you're a website designer, email me, because maybe I could use some tips and tricks and pointers. I have other skills. Website designer is not one of them. But anyway, check out our website to learn more about us. So we established this company in 2015, and it was a way to honor the dogs that passed on, our dogs that passed on to the Rainbow Bridge. Now, originally there was a handful, and we'll look at them here. This was Connie and Clyde on the bottom there. Clyde he was such a poser in front of the Christmas tree, and Connie's there to the left in her little summer dress. And then we had Floyd at the top. He was a little stray that we found. And of course, our husky, Mika, who thought she was a dachshund. And then recently we just lost our little Vinny there to the right. So he's not featured on the label yet. We're looking for a new wine next year, a Zinfandel. Because we always said that when it was Vin's time, we were going to do a Zin Vin. We just didn't think it'd be so soon. But nonetheless, that's why the company was started. And we give 10% of our wine sales to dog rescue organizations. So that's our mission. We're dedicated.
Love it.
I love it too. There's so much wine out there. Obviously, we're not the first and we won't be the last. But you know that when you drink with us, you're drinking for a great cause. Because as I mentioned, we do donate 10% of our sales to various dog rescue organizations. Specifically to our Heart and Paw Partners, a new program that we started this year. And Monica's going to talk a little bit in the next segment about what that is all about. But yes, we are dedicated to supporting dog rescue. So cheers. Sip with us for a cause, always. You know what? I
have a question for you, Mel. Sorry.
Yes. Tell me. What's the question? Mm-hmm.
Question? Did you have lunch today?
Does it seem that I didn't have lunch today?
It seems like your lunch was maybe whatever bottle of wine you opened.
Thanks a lot, Monica. I had a late breakfast. And I think I do need to eat lunch. But
well, just so you know, I didn't have lunch today.
We'll get there.
That's all right. That's what makes this show so special.
That's what makes this show so special. That was a lot of S's in one sentence. I think I managed to do that. Okay. So, I mentioned we're going to be talking to Jessica Keleshian, and she's a dog trainer. Monica, did you know?
Probably not.
That the six easiest dogs to train, according to the information I just found on the website, or I should say Google, six easiest
Google
dogs to train.
Lies.
That never lies. I looked at a couple different ones, but Border Collie, Poodle, a miniature Schnauzer, a Labrador Retriever, a German Shepherd, and a bearded Collie. That's what they say that the six easiest dogs to train are.
Bearded Collie. I don't think I've ever heard of that breed.
I don't. It has a beard.
Labrador Retriever and German Shepherd totally make sense because Labradors you see a lot of times as service dogs, and German Shepherds are
canines, right? With police. Yeah.
With police. Yeah. So that makes sense. The other.
So here.
That's a surprise. Yeah.
There's easy dogs to train, and then there's hard dogs to train.
Oh gosh, let's hear.
I swear that I thought that the miniature dachshund was going to be on the hardest dog to train, but this is what I found. The 6 hardest dogs to train are beagles, related to dachshunds, but a Rottweilers, Siberian Husky. They probably just, maybe dog sledding they'd be good at, but other things maybe not so much. A Basset Hound. So that's also in the hound group.
Lazy. Okay.
That's what it said. It was lazy. A Shar-Pei and the Afghan Hound. I
don't know what an Afghan Hound is, but the Shar-Pei also seems like it would be a lazy dog to me. The Siberian Husky. So Jessica actually has a Siberian Husky, and she's had multiple, and they're a little wild. But she's a dog trainer, so hers, I think, are the most well-behaved Huskies that I've ever met.
Well, I can't wait to hear what Jessica has to say. But why don't we take a sip of wine, and we'll come back and talk to her in a few.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart and don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. For help keeping yours at a healthy range, text PRESSURE to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take 1.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. Feedthepig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need feedthepig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Welcome back to Wine Time. You know, you can explore our entire selection of wines on our website, nectarofthedogswine.com. And remember that 10% of all of our sales go back to our various Heart and Paw partners. Monica's going to tell us a little bit more about that in a second. But Monica, what are you drinking today? Because I know we're not drinking nectar.
That's right. Well, you know, we got to stop dipping into that inventory and sell some of that wine, right?
Yes, yes.
Today, I am drinking Hive and Honey Gewürztraminer, because you know how much I love to say Gewürztraminer.
Especially after a few glasses of wine. I do know.
Of course. Yes. You know, and we have our Three Dogs White that's mostly a Viognier blend, but it has some Gewürztraminer in it. And I was just curious, you know, I've never had a 100% Gewürztraminer, so I thought I'd give it a try and just, you know, see what it was like. This one is, like I said, Hive and Honey. It's Monterey County Estate Vineyards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a California wine. It is, I know there's a couple of different varieties of Gewürztraminer. There's one that's more dry and there's one that's more sweet. This one's a little bit more on the sweeter side, so you probably wouldn't like it, but I actually kind of like it. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, you know, there's a couple of Gewürztraminers that I really do. Now, hold on. We were here with our translator app and trying to properly pronounce Gewürztraminer. Gewürztraminer. I think that's what it came out. Pretty good, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I do. I like Gewürztraminer. I like the drier ones. There's a couple of ones that I really do like. Chateau Montelena makes a really, really nice one. And then we were just at Firestone, I don't know, a few weeks back, and they had a nice one as well. So I do. It's a nice spicy wine. You know, I have my little handy dandy book here, and it says it says that the highly aromatic wines from this spicy variety are full-bodied whites that can be dry or sweet, like you just mentioned, and that Gewürztraminer is one of the few wines that will go with spicy food. So maybe we have to try with some spicy stuff.
Yeah, mine says here, try a dry Gewürztraminer with dim sum, Vietnamese cuisine, pot stickers, and dumpling soup.
Very interesting.
So there's
some suggestions. Well, I, in my lovely little reindeer glass.
That's beautiful.
I bring it. I break this out like obviously in the holidays. So I am drinking a rosé from Binam, and this is a 66% Grenache, 34% Cab Sauv rosé. Now Binam is one of the wineries that we visited when we were in Lodi. Paso Robles. It's like, wait a minute, wrong one. No, we were in Paso Robles a few weeks back. And this was one, you know, with COVID, you have to make reservations for all your wine tastings. Yeah. So we came across this one on a recommendation from John Shaw, who we work with Almost a Winery. And so these are brothers. They're French brothers and beautiful wines. We had this tasting at 10 o'clock in the morning.
You told me about this one. Yeah.
And what do I always say? That if you have to ask if it's too early to drink wine, you're an amateur and we can't be friends.
Can't be friends. Yeah.
So I've done hundreds of wine tastings. I know is that a good or a bad thing? 100? Hundreds?
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But, you're so young, so I don't know how you squeezed all those in.
A lot of tastings. So we were there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was really impressed. Normally when you do tastings, you start with the whites, and then you go to the rosés and the reds. But Arnaud, who was taking us through the tasting, really impressed with it. And he started us with the reds, and we were all
That's interesting.
It was totally interesting. And he explained it with his French accent. I think when you explain anything in a French accent, you totally just like, okay, sure, whatever you say.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But
can you do it now?
Yeah. I don't think I'm that good. We'll have to, maybe he can be on the show.
Okay.
So he said that when you start with the reds, by the time you get to the whites, your taste buds have opened up a little bit more, and you're able to enjoy the whites and the rosé differently. So
Interesting.
We did.
Sounds very fresh.
It was very French, but I think I've mentioned in previous episodes, we actually are members of quite a few wine clubs.
You don't say.
I don't say. But I joined this one because I was so impressed, number one, with their wines and their whole operation. So maybe we'll be able to partner with them on some future bottlings. We'll see what happens.
I'm looking forward to trying some of your shipments when they arrive. I'm sure you'll let me know and invite me over.
Of course I will. So let's get into it's a beautiful wine, very crisp, 100% stainless, very nice for, this time of year. Rosé is great any time of year.
Sounds good. Yeah, sounds really good.
But
let's try it. Put a cork in it. Save some for me.
I'll bring it over later. Let's talk about our Heart and Paw partner program so we can talk to Jess here.
Yeah. So our Heart and Paw program, these are our core rescues that we work with throughout the year. As you know, Nectar of the Dogs Wine, our mission is to continually support dog rescues. So these are our partners. They love dogs just like we do, and they also love wine. So we have very similar audiences. So it's just a really great way for us to share each other's messages and love for dogs and wine. And, everyone's win. We share their message, they share ours. Everyone drinks great wine and everyone's happy, and you get to give money back to the rescues so they can continue to do their great work. We love it.
We love that. Well, our next guest, Jessica Keleshian, good dog trainer. She's not really a rescue, but, with everything that's happening, there's so many people out there fostering, adopting. Everybody is just bringing dogs into their lives. And maybe you haven't had a dog before. You're not an experienced dog owner, such as myself and now you, Monica. But Jessica, she's a dog trainer, and it's super important. So without further ado, let's just bring her on and see what she's got to say about dog training in the time of COVID right now. Jessica, how are you? Cheers.
Hi, Jess.
Hi, guys. I'm good. How are you?
Well, we have wine and dogs. We're great. considering the world's circumstances.
Yes.
Wait, exactly. You can't say cheers and not have a drink, so.
Oh, sorry. Here.
It's bad luck. So, Jess, we had you on in the springtime when, the world was just starting to, I guess, not even understand, but we were all just in the world of COVID, which we still are just a few months later. But we talked to some different organizations, and we were understanding that there were a lot of rescues the shelters are just being cleared, right? So there was a lot of new dog owners, whether they're fostering or adopting, and we were talking about the importance of dog training. So what has been happening in your world now we're still in COVID? Tell us a little bit about what's been happening.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of new dog owners, just like you said. We've all been home, so everybody's thinking, hey, let's get a dog, let's get a puppy. It's great timing, right? Which it truly is. It's great to be able to spend a lot of time with a new dog or puppy. Mm-hmm. But there's also, some challenges that can pose. We're all home all the time. And we were talking earlier about how it's really important to continue training your puppy to be home alone, even though we're all still home. So I'm seeing a lot of that. Some clients are telling me, we've been home for 6 months and we haven't left the puppy once. And I'm thinking, oh boy, pose some problems in the future, certainly. So I'm trying to encourage people to really make that part of their intentional training. Everyone has to leave the house together and leave the puppy home alone for short periods of time so that the puppy can be calm and confident and be okay being alone, or else, we're possibly, seeing a lot of separation anxiety in the future, which can be a really big problem. So.
Right.
I'm experiencing that right now. Sorry, Belle.
No.
with McAdoo, since we're always home, he gets really nervous when we're leaving. He senses that we're leaving, and he's like right at the door to make sure that we're taking him with us and not leaving him. So yeah, you're right. We need to get better about leaving him at least for short periods of time.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I've been encouraging people to do. Tire your puppy out first. Maybe some fun, some training, some play in the house, or a walk in the neighborhood if you're comfortable doing so. When your puppy or dog is about ready to take their usual nap anyways, that's a good time to put them in their crate or their pen or a safe room wherever they stay, give them a yummy bone or a treat-filled Kong, and then go out. It doesn't have to be long, 30 minutes, an hour, but they've got to learn to be self-sufficient and be okay on their own, or you're going to have a much bigger problem in the future, for sure. Yeah. At least several times a week. Try it. It's really important.
You know, she did. Maybe not working so well. That's a good point. I guess people just, they're working from home. They're doing school from home. And so you're just like, well, I'm just going to be home with my puppy. And I really probably wouldn't even think that would be bad, for a younger pup. So that's a really great point. I guess that's why you're a dog trainer and we're not.
Of course, we our dogs. That's great that we're able to right now. But yeah, those first few months, even I was thinking, gosh, I need to leave my dogs alone. We've all been here. They're going to get really out of practice of us leaving. So it's important. We are going to hopefully have normal lives again soon, someday. So we need to be able to go to the doctors, go to dinner, go to places where our dogs can't go. The other suggestion I've been making to people a lot too is get your dogs out in the car as much as possible. Mm-hmm. A lot of these puppies don't go anywhere either. They're just at home. And we want them to learn to ride in the car nicely, calmly, confidently, not freak out in the car, not get car sick. So even if you just put them in the car and go for a ride around the block, around the neighborhood, you don't even have to go anywhere if you're not comfortable doing so. But they need to be comfortable and confident riding in the car too. That's important also. Well,
our dogs, one dog now, but both dogs, they love camping. So they spend a lot of time in the car. But, we're going to take a break here in just a second. But before we go, now, does that apply to puppies or just kind of, dogs from puppy to maybe 2 or?
All of the above, but especially puppies, because I think a lot of times puppies just associate going in the car with going to the vet for a vaccine. Yeah, it's really that you're having fun car too. Hey, we go to the park, or hey, we just go to the store. So yeah, that's definitely important for all ages, certainly.
Good to know. Good to know. All right. Well, ladies, why don't we take a sip of wine and we're going to come back in a second. I have a couple of other questions for Jess and so stick with us. We'll be right back.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Now more than ever, family matters, and Surratt Law Practice has your family in mind. Kimberly Surratt and her team have been helping maintain healthy families through their holistic approach to adoption and surrogacy, child custody, estate planning, and more for over 13 years. Your family law concerns are in caring hands with Surratt Law. Schedule your private consultation with a compassionate Surratt Law Practice team member today by calling 775-636-8200 or visiting lawyersforfamilies.com. Surratt Law, where family matters.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter, Brooklyn, was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m. and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Listen live at phoenixmedia.us.
Welcome back to Wine Time. Wine Time is presented by us, Nectar of the Dogs Wine. You can tune in live each Thursday at 5 p.m., explore more about the show. Head over to phoenixmedia.us/wine time. Big shout out to Mendelmack Studios for bringing this to life. Thank you guys very much. And so, Jessica, I wanted to ask a question. We were talking about puppies in the previous segment, but I have a senior dog. I have Brawny here. We maybe can look at a shot of Brawny here sleeping with his little snuggly. There he is.
He was sleeping.
He was sleeping. He's got, it's 55 degrees outside, but he's got his little scarf and his sweater. But he just recently, he's like, why did you wake me up? He just recently lost his brother of, 11 years. You know, when Brawny came into the family, we were a pack of 5, then we were a pack of 3, and then him and Vinny been best buds forever. So I was just noticing, and we were discussing earlier, I can't leave him alone, right? We're talking about separation anxiety, and he's obviously never had that, but you were saying that it takes time for dogs to adjust, right? Dogs are creatures of habit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his routine has been altered quite a bit, losing his brother that he's always been with. It's tough. You know, it's really hard. They're such creatures of habit that any small change in routine sometimes can be really, really a big deal for them, you know, and us too. So yeah, I mean, if you can practice leaving him alone, if you need to, you know, I think that would be a good idea as well. I mean, he's what, 12, you said?
He is 13, and we installed a little doggy cam because Todd was telling me that when I leave, he howls and he cries. I mean, even if Todd is at home, it's just me. And so, you know, I feel guilty, and I guess I'm home now, but obviously I have to do things, go to the grocery store, go to the doctor. So we're wondering if we should bring another member into the family, or if we should leave him in his golden years. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Do you have any advice on that?
Well, I think it depends on the dog. I mean, does he enjoy the company of other dogs, or was it just Vinny he enjoyed? You know, some dogs don't really enjoy other dogs necessarily. He might just enjoy time with you guys. I would maybe try it out first with another dog. I certainly don't think he would really enjoy a puppy. So maybe an older dog.
Right.
I don't know. Doing some fostering, then you're not locked into adoption if Brawny's like, I don't really like this guy, you know, something like that. But it's up to you guys if you think that would be a good thing for him. I know he's always lived with other dogs, so maybe he would enjoy it.
Okay, good to, I know. Look, he's just like, I'm going to just.
He definitely wants another brother.
He really looks like it, huh?
We've been taking that into consideration because he definitely, he was the alpha of the pack, and, you know, he wasn't, I don't want to say, he had his moments, but that's why we're kind of like, definitely, I think fostering might be the way to go, just because I wouldn't want to bring something into his world that would stress him out, but I think he would benefit from that.
Like, we already know McAdoo gets on his nerves.
He loves Isla. So thank you for that. We'll see what happens. But tell us a little bit about how you are doing your training now that we're still in the world of COVID. I'm sure things have obviously changed, right?
They have, yeah. But there are a lot of people out there that need some training help. So, you know, I've been still offering some individual training. I just simply ask that everyone wears masks. We meet outside as much as possible, which everyone, of course, is fine with, of course. I am doing some group classes. Not a lot of trainers are, but I know that the dogs definitely need to get around one another. Again, keeping the classes outside, keeping them small. These are some pre-COVID pictures. See, no masks. Wow. What a concept. But there's lots of things that you can do with your dogs to get them out and about if you're comfortable doing so. I have some clients who are comfortable with still getting their dogs out into shopping centers and, going into local Petcos or Home Depot or things like that. It's important for your dog to get out and see some people. I was just working with a client yesterday, and we were working in a shopping center by a Home Goods, and there were 20 or so people out in line in front of Home Goods, and she said, "This is the most people my puppy has ever seen," and the dog did great, but definitely a lot for the puppy because the puppy had never seen that many people. So if you're comfortable doing so, just walking around a shopping center with your dog would be great. Having them sit and be well behaved while you stop and talk to your neighbor from across the street, whatever you're comfortable doing, but they need to get out and not go nuts just like us. So it's important.
Right.
So McAdoo took one of Jessica's classes, which you saw pictures there. People don't know that that's my dog, but the blood dog, that's McAdoo. Took some of Jessica's classes, and I
know that that's McAdoo, and look how cute. He just looks so how could he be afraid of Bronny? He's like totally bigger than Bronny, but
he's a good boy, and he learned a lot from Jessica's classes. He's very well behaved, but we're still working on the walking and not getting too excited when we bumped into neighbors who also have dogs. He gets so excited. He loves other dogs. And almost pulls my arm off because he just wants to run around and play.
Oh, that's hard. I think that's common for any young dog. I mean, well, most. I'm glad he's happy and wants to see them. Some dogs, run the other way. You see dogs, but he's very social and he say hi, which is great. You just got to continue to work on his manners, having him sit. And quite honestly, I think that the good thing about this is distance is the key usually for that type of situation. You probably find that McAdoo's okay if you talk to someone from across the street, but maybe not 10 feet in front of you. So since we're all supposed to be social distancing anyways, you can keep your distance from people, work on having your puppy sit while you're saying hello from across, down or whatever the case may be. But try and give them as much space. That might help you get more control if you've got a little bit more distance. But if it's right up on you, around the corner, he'll forget it. All bets are off. I'm sure he's going to be super excited. So
he gets super excited. Like when we see somebody from across the street, he just freezes and just stares and makes whimpering sounds like, "Oh, I just want to go over and play." It's
Monica,
very cute. But
is he still eating the leashes, or did he move on to other things?
He stopped eating the leashes, but now he's moved on to the succulents in the backyard.
Didn't he eat an ornament the other day?
He did. Yes. We lost one ornament.
Oh, it's his first Christmas. That's right.
Yeah. I'm afraid to put presents under the tree because I don't know what's going to happen to those. What do you do, Jeff? Do you put the presents under the tree?
I do not because of my dogs, but just so the kids don't shake them and things. I usually don't bring them out until Christmas morning.
She's got teenagers now. I remember when I was a teenager, I was really good at taking the tape off and peeking.
That's what my brother and I used to do too. Always.
Oh my gosh.
All the hiding spots, and then oh my gosh, I got a bike.
And your parents are like, right, like you didn't know that think you're so smart when you're a teenager, but no.
You can try with the tree, a little trick that I did when Tioga was little. I sprayed the lower end of the Christmas tree, like the bottom, with a smell he didn't like, and he stayed away. Because Ty doesn't like the smell of lavender for some reason, but I have some clients with vinegar and water in a spray bottle, and you just kind of spray it around, and the dogs will walk by and go, "Ooh, that doesn't smell good."
Yeah, I've got to spray all kinds of things and see what McAdoo doesn't like. That's a good tip. Thank you.
So, Jessica, tell us, where can people find you? I don't think that we have a slide on this, but if people are in need of a dog training session, where can they go to find you?
They can always find me through my website. It's gooddogtrainer.net. I am largely in, the San Fernando Valley area here, but I do also offer Zoom sessions for people who are out of the area. If they want to discuss some dog problems online, we can do that, or via the phone too, whatever they're comfortable with. But yeah, my website is probably the best way, or my Facebook page, Good Dog Trainer, on Facebook too. So
Very good. This show is about dogs and wine, right? So we were just talking about dogs. So let's talk a little bit about wine. Jessica, you are a wine club member, and I just took you your...
Yay.
Yes. So have you had a chance to try the new Three Dogs White 2019 edition?
Not yet.
I'm
I'm
on the
looking
spot.
It is waiting. Chris was excited when that arrived, so we're holding on to that for a good meal.
Yay.
So yeah.
Well, a good meal
What
for
are you
us
making for dinner tonight?
is
Beth?
like Tuesday. Yeah.
I'll have to think of something. I don't know. What do you suggest with the Three Dogs?
Well, since we just mentioned that Gewürztraminer goes with some spice, although this is predominantly Viognier with 18% Gewürztraminer, I don't know. I find that it goes well with pretty much anything. Monica?
Yeah, pretty much anything. I mean, it's very versatile. Seafood, chicken, pork, mac and cheese.
Who doesn't love mac and cheese?
I love mac and cheese.
Yeah, definitely a lighter wine. This one actually is 14.1% ABV versus the 2017, which is 13.8. So a little bit more alcohol. But yeah, no, I find that just goes really well with, again, anything, but maybe not steak. Not so much. Might be a little bit light for that, for the heavier, but, to each his own.
Good to know. Thank you.
Well, Jessica, it's been really great to see you again. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you and you can never be too PC, right? It's a holiday season, so it should be time for happiness and joy, wine and dogs. And but it was really great to catch up with you, Jessica, and try that wine and let us know when you need more. And
thank you, guys.
Thanks, Beth.
We'll send everybody your way when they're looking for a dog trainer.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good to see you again. So, Monica, we are Merry Christmas. We're going to come back in a little bit and talk about some other fun facts, dogs, wine, all that good stuff. But why don't we have a sip and stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they could be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone
someone being bullied online, you can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
And we are back. We are Nectar of the Dog's Wine. Glad you're sticking with us. It was really great to talk to Jessica and all her dog training tips. Monica, she is the best. Yeah. And I hope that McAdoo continues on with his training. You know, one thing that people may not understand, you go to a dog trainer, you learn to train your dog, but it really becomes the responsibility of the owner, wouldn't you say?
Yes. It's been a lot of work. I mean, just teaching him how to walk on a leash is a lot of work for me, which is I didn't expect. But it's definitely about the owner. But Jessica's taught me a lot,
That's
and
good.
I think McAdoo is benefiting.
I remember when I had Connie and Clyde, right, when I was in my younger years, I would say, and it's my first.
So yesterday?
Yesterday. It was just last week. I didn't know much about dogs, and thankfully they were small little wiener dogs. But I remember going to a dog training class, and then they graduated, but then maybe I didn't graduate. So I actually had a personal trainer come in and train my dogs. And I think they ended up being okay. You know, they lived to be 16 and 17 years old. So
that's great.
I didn't really teach them any new tricks as they were older dogs, but I just
have to say I did teach McAdoo how to shake. That was the first thing I taught him how to do, and I'm very proud about that.
Is he really good at it?
He's very good at it. In fact, I tell him to sit, and he immediately is like, "Okay, shake."
It's like, that's all I know. Yeah. It's funny. Well, you know, when you have a dachshund, they're already low to the ground. So teaching them to sit was kind of weird. But I remember when Mika came into the family, when Todd and I met, and he had Mika so well trained. I mean, she was
I miss Mika. She was so good.
I miss Mika too. But she was a shake and she was a sit. And I think she might have taught the dachshunds a couple of tricks, you know, as they all were in their pack. But no, Vinny used to be a good, like, for the carrots and the blueberry, he'd be like, shake, shake, shake.
What do you want me to do? I'll do it. What do you want? Sit, down, shake.
Does McAdoo do like any kind of circle dance?
Sometimes, not too often.
I remember that Clyde was a circle dancer, and then Vinny was like a total circle dancer. Bronny, he just no.
He's like, just give it to me, lady.
He's now that he's the solo, I'm just kind of really, I always pay attention to what they do, but he's just got his little quirky little things, like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Seriously, how does this dog have so much energy in the morning? I don't know.
Wait,
I don't know.
Energy? Every time I see that dog, he's sleeping.
Well, it's 5 a.m. He runs in the kitchen, like, feed me, and then he does this little happy dance. Maybe I'll have to have Todd create a video so you can. Yeah, he does more than just sleep.
I don't believe it.
Here. Well, why don't we tell everybody about our wines so that we can maybe encourage people to go on our website and buy wines, because know it is
Of course, yes, because, every time you buy a bottle of wine, that's money in our Heart and Paw partners' pockets. So, we want to support them. So please enjoy our Nectar of the Dogs wines. We have 6 varietals, Mel, is that right?
Yes.
We have the Malbec on here now. We have the Rosé Malbec, which you can't see, but that is in low quantity, but it is still available.
Yes.
Otherwise, we have our CCF McMurphy, our red blend from Paso Robles. It scored 90 points with Wine Enthusiast and the tasting panel, which is fantastic. It's a beautiful red blend, so I highly recommend that one. And then we have our 2017 Three Dogs White. It is our white blend, predominantly Viognier, 18% Gewürztraminer, and just a teeny tiny bit of Muscat Canelli. That scored 92 with the tasting panel, which is amazing. And our rosé, like I said, we do have a rosé of Malbec, but here you have featured our rosé of Pinot Noir, 87 points with Wine Enthusiast. It's a great rosé, semi-dry, light-bodied, super delicious, really great with ice cream and peanut butter. That's a whole other story that I didn't get into last time, but if you need a pairing for that, there it is. And then our 2015 Chardonnay unoaked. It's crisp yet full-bodied and has a really nice creamy finish, 86 points with Wine Enthusiast. And then, of course, our brand new 2019 Three Dogs White. It's a similar blend to the 2017, but just a little bit of a different flavor profile. It's very good, very yummy, highly recommended. All of our wines are great. Very versatile, very easy drinking. You'll have a hard time picking out your favorite.
That's true.
I know I do.
Yeah, I do too, right? People ask me all the time, what's your favorite? And I don't know. I run the gamut. And that's, the beauty of what we're doing. We're not, we don't own a vineyard, but we are finding and sourcing the best wines in the Central Coast and the Central Valley of California. So as you mentioned, our wines do come from Santa Barbara County, Lodi, and Paso Robles, or Paso Robles, depending on if you can do that or not. But we work with boutique wineries and we find the best wines to bottle to bring to you. Who
are some of the wineries that you have worked with, Mel?
Lucas and Llewellyn, Almasol, Cantara, and I'm researching a few other ones in Lodi and Paso. As I mentioned, we're looking for a Zinfandel, so we're trying to find a really good one for that for our Vinny. But that's just, that's the fun of it. That's what we do. You should know because you help when we try to select our new varietals.
It's definitely a fun part of being in the business.
It's a tough job. Somebody has to do it. But we're looking next year. Hopefully, we get the vaccine. Things are a little bit back to normal. But our plan is to try to obviously find a Zinfandel. We'd like to do a red blend. I'm looking to do another incarnation of the Three Dogs White. And I'd really love to try to find a new Chardonnay. Maybe a dry Riesling. Maybe another Sauvignon Blanc. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Something different. People sometimes think that wine can be really snobby or they don't understand it. And I guess maybe I'm the same way about beer, right? There's a lot of craft beer, a lot of things out there.
Yeah.
Todd is a beer drinker. I believe Mark and, our friend Keith. I don't like beer. And, but maybe that's how some people feel about wine, right? That's intimidating and But we try to just make it so that it's very easy drinking, very approachable, but it's still very good quality, right? Because I think we always said that we drink a lot of our wine and we love to drink really great wine. So that's what we want to bottle.
Well, my favorite quote from you personally was, you taste everything before you bottle it, because if no one buys the wine, somebody has to drink it. And you're not going to drink bad wine. And that completely makes sense to me. So...
Well, I'm glad that you're on board with that, director of PR and wine club member yourself. But people may be wondering why we're wearing ears.
Probably not.
Maybe not. It's December. It's that time of year, the year of giving, right? Or the season of giving, I should say. And it's been a tough year for a lot of people. There's just no way around it. But yeah, wine makes a great gift, does it not?
It does make a great gift, and an even better gift when it gives back, as a portion of our proceeds does go back to our Heart and Paw Rescue partners.
Obviously, there's not going to be probably as many holiday dinners or as many holiday parties this year, but that people are still out there in their little safe pods, I should say. So we actually have gotten quite a few orders this last couple of weeks, I should say. We have a special right now. Where you can try our entire portfolio of wine. The 6 bottles is 20% off. You just have to go to the website and enter Monica?
What's the code? Heart and Paw.
Heart
20?
and Paw 20. Heart and Paw 20. Yeah.
I got it, but it's the at symbol. It's the or the ampersand. Is that what it's called?
The ampersand. Very good. It's actually, yes, Heart and Paw 20. If you go to the website, you'll see it. But again, when you drink with us, you're drinking for a great cause. And, there's a lot of wine out there. Totally get it. We drink other wines besides our own. But we just want to try to spread some joy, spread some cheer, and give back in the season of giving. So when you buy and enjoy our wine, you know that you're helping that cause. So we've mentioned that you can go to our website, nectarofthedogswine.com. But what else, Monica? Where else can they find us?
Well, of course, you can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Nectar of the Dogs Wine. And we also have a YouTube channel. So if you've missed any of our previous Wine Time episodes, they're all up there. We have some other really cute videos to check out from some previous events that we've done pre-COVID, obviously. But that's always a fun thing to do, is just, watch all the fun, all the dogs and everyone enjoying our wines. And if you want to join us here on Wine Time or partner with us, you can reach out to Melanie or I at melanie@nectarofthedogswine.com or Monica at nectarofthedogswine.com.
I love it. Monica, we have a little bit of time left. Now, we've been trying to get this fun fact on the air. So
Yes.
What is it?
I've been holding on to this one for a while.
All right.
So,
Christmas present to all. Go.
Yes. The whole transition from the first time I was going to use it was we were drinking Napa wines. Now we're not today, but Melanie, did you know?
No, I did not.
That Napa only produces about 4% of California's total harvest.
Shocking.
4%.
I mean, you would think, because Napa is so well known, probably more well known than the Paso and maybe Temecula, some of the Santa Barbara County, Lodi, but really only 4%?
Yes. Well, so let me tell you who's the biggest producer in California.
Who is that?
Central Valley.
Where our wines come from.
The Central Valley, yes. But it's much larger. So if you look at a map, Napa and Sonoma County, they're pretty small up there in Northern California, where the Central Valley really spans from, like you said, like Santa Barbara County all the way up to like Lodi, which is a little bit more north.
Well, we love that. And thank you for finally sharing that fun fact, Monica.
I'm finally just really happy to finally get that off my chest.
Well, this has been another fun episode. So I'm glad that we were able to talk to Jessica. We'll be back next week, I think, with a couple different guests. So cheers, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and may dogs continue to bless your life. Cheers, Mon.
Cheers.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.